Yo, what's going on, people? It's your boy Ape Huncho, back at you again with another video. So I think it's common knowledge at this point that the BBC doesn't have the best reputation when it comes to sex offenders working for the organisation, with of course the main focus being on the whole Jimmy Savile scandal. Well, around the time Jimmy Savile was said to have committed sexual offences against children and other people, there was another person working for the BBC who was doing similar things. Now he wasn't as known as Jimmy Savile, but the sexual abuse he committed ran from all the way from the 90s all the way up until 2019. 44-year-old Benjamin Thomas had previously worked as a reporter for BBC Wales and was a presenter on Feel, apologies if I get that wrong, the Welsh language new programme for young people, and on Wales Today. He left the BBC in 2005 to preach on the streets of London before returning back to Wales in 2008 to become a pastor of Crickeith Family Church in Gwend. In 2009, S4C screened Thomas's journey into the capital, where it was said he ran a small evangelical church at the back of a cafe in Covent Garden, and then it follows his return back to Wales with his wife Bethan and 3 children. All throughout his career, he was said to have sexually abused people on various occasions, and it was said to have started when he was 14 years old back in 1990, and his offending was described as an addiction which he was unable to stop. The sexual assault spree would only come to an end after someone came forward to police with an allegation against him, and it was here he admitted to the sexual offences. He confessed to 40 offences against 33 male victims, ranging from the ages of 11 to 34 over the 30-year period, with a lot of assaults taking place at Christian camps and other church-related events. In July of 2019, he appeared in court where he admitted 10 counts of sexual activity with a child, 8 sexual assaults, and 4 attempts to commit sexual assault. He also pleaded guilty to 9 indecent assaults, 7 counts of voyeurism, and 2 counts of making indecent videos of children. He appeared at Mold Crown Court yesterday on the 2nd of October 2020 via video link from HMP Buen for his sentencing hearing. The court was told of the interview between Thomas and the police when he was arrested and then of course admitted to the offences, and in that interview Thomas said that if his victims stared at him he would stop because he did not want them to know what he was doing. He was asked what benefit he got from sexually touching his victims, and he replied, "I derive sexual pleasure from that's a part of my offending." In court it was heard on the majority of occasions Thomas would target his victims, both children and adults, while they were sleeping, but the vast majority had no idea that he had sexually assaulted them. It was heard at later points the victims had to go through unusual and horrific experiences when they were told that they were in fact victims of sexual abuse. Many of the charges involved touching through bedclothes, and the prosecution said one victim had talked with Thomas before going to bed about Jesus overcoming the devil before waking up in the middle of the night to the bed shaking and felt the blankets tighten. This happened 3 times, and on the 3rd occasion he jolted up the bed and switched his mobile phone light on and found Thomas slumped between the sheets and looking flustered. The prosecution said the defendant said there was 3 of them, they went round and round. The victim then jumped into his car and left because he was so scared. A series of victim impact statements were read to the court as some of the victims sat in the public gallery. One victim said he felt anger, hurt, disgust and violated, while another felt belittled, used and unmanly. A further victim added, "I feel completely violated by Ben in that he took advantage of me in such a manner. He assaulted me and used me for his own sexual gratification. This is very difficult to comprehend." Another said he forgave Thomas, saying, "I forgive you. There is no one too bad for Jesus." On another occasion, it was heard that Thomas told his victims he had been sleepwalking after he sexually assaulted them. On another occasion, Thomas had placed a mobile phone in a wash bag so he could film young boys urinating and taking a shower. He'd done this again for his own sexual gratification and watched the videos back several times, but he did not share them with anyone. Judge Tim Petts said Thomas had a very dark secret and again was a prolific sexual offender and abused his position as a church leader to prey on his victims, many whom were teenage boys, and it was then he was sentenced to 10 years in jail with a 6-year extended period on licence. So this whole situation is just a disgusting one, because the fact that he's gone on to admit all these offences, and a lot of the times these people didn't even know it was happening to them. Imagine if this had happened to them maybe 10-15 years ago, or maybe even to the times when back to when he was working for the BBC. For them now to hear only last year that you were sexually assaulted, the mental impact that must have on a person, I can't really imagine what they're going through right now. And all I can say is I just hope that the victims stay strong, and I just hope they can get through whatever they're going through right now. As for Thomas, he gets everything that he deserves, but I can't believe at an earlier court date he was in fact granted bail, and we've seen it time and time again where these sexual offenders are granted bail when realistically they should be put on remand, especially after admitting 40 separate sexual offences. But let me know what you guys think of this in the comment section below. Give the video a little like, and if you want the latest drill, street and music news out of the UK, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. It's been your boy Huncho, and I'm out.